Good old E3. First opened up in 1995 and now it is opened up to the public in 2017. It is a time that every gamer has been waiting for a long time, and we finally got to experience this. So, for all of those that did not want to pay the $250 for the ticket, this is Kiyu giving you the scoop of my experience from my first time in E3 and my first time in Los Angeles. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all and just keep it real. So, let's get right into it. First of all, I'm gonna get on this concept of being open to the public. So, it being open to the public did not mean that we automatically got to go to all the conferences. We did not get to go to all the conferences. The being open to the public meant that we got to play the games in the booths and got to see live demos. They also added the LA Live, which I'll get into in a little bit. It was pretty cool, but it was pretty limited when it was open to the public. We were pretty limited, but they gave us a good bit of things to do through the span of 5 days. Well, 3 days that made the experience worthwhile. But the crowds were ridiculous. When I say ridiculous, that is not an understatement. They were completely ridiculous. It got to the point where on day 3, there was an escalator that we had to go up to get to E3. They stopped the entire line because everybody decided we wanted to run up the escalator and tumble over everybody and make people fall down. So they was like, stop. For like over a minute, we had to stand there and wait so they can get everybody together. And not to mention that they made us go into 2 lines, groups of 2. And as soon as they say, y'all can go, being in groups of 2 no longer mattered. Everybody just scattered. It was completely ridiculous. And there was points where the security were like completely dumb. I'm talking like Far Cry 2 AI. Like, they would be looking at you, and then there would be a girl that will walk around the corner, walk behind them. And they're supposed to check every badge that goes through. Every single one. Badge and ID. This girl walks around them, goes around the E3 sign, and goes straight up the escalator. So, I mean, what you doing here? Like, she goes straight up. And it was multiple people that did that. And when they stopped the lines, it had stairs off to the left. They would turn, and everybody just ran towards the steps. And I really didn't understand why everybody had to run. I mean, I understand the lines were completely too long. I mean, way too long. Like, it was so bad. I wanted to play Call of Duty, right? On day 3. I got to day 3 and I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Call of Duty. So I go to play Call of Duty. And I end up waiting in this line for Call of Duty, and this is the line you'll see right here. I end up waiting in this line for 4 hours to play a 20-minute match of Call of Duty. Just Call of Duty. And it was so bad, they had to tell people that was also waiting in line. They cut off the line and told them, y'all might as well leave now because y'all gonna be waiting for 4 hours. And I heard 4 hours. I was like, nah, man, ain't no way y'all can keep us in line for 4 hours. And then we wrapped around. It was like a loop. So I was like, okay, once we get into this loop, I'm gonna be in. So once we got around that loop, there was another loop. And once we got in that loop, there was another loop. And then you finally go into the building where you gotta wait even longer to get into the actual place where you play the game. So while I'm doing this, I'm listening to this super duper repetitive song that is playing over and over for Call of Duty. That song is glued in my mind. But when we actually got in there was a guy that talked to us, kind of gave us a pep talk as if we were in the army. I found that pretty dope. Uh, he kind of like told us who we're facing, how dangerous they are, and how we need to be prepared. I mean, it was so real. Oh, dude in the front had to take his hat off. Like, like it was cool, but like I just didn't understand like why they couldn't give us a little bit longer because of the time that we had. Um, I found it cool that in the other room when they had like some guns on display and grenades and a old school radio. But like I don't think it was worth the 4 hour wait. Uh, my brother played Destiny 2. He said that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna really say how I feel about that because I didn't play it, but as far as I see in the trailers, it just kind of looks like Destiny. I mean, it seems like a fast Halo, but I'm just gonna say all that right now because I haven't put my hands on it. I'm not gonna dog the game. I personally hated Destiny 1. It was just a empty world that was only playable if you have friends with you. Which is the same with the Division, which is why I'm kind of questionable about one of the games that they did show, which was Anthem, which is probably one of the hottest games at E3. If you haven't watched the trailer, go and check it out, or I have it playing right here for you. But Destiny is it Destiny Anthem or whatever you want to call it is basically like the Destiny killer. Um, it's a game where you have a jetpack and you fly around the world basically. Um, they showed a demo, but I'm the type of person I look at that and kind of be like, well, reason why I say this is because they a couple years back they showed a presentation of Tom Clancy's The Division, and when they showed this, it was completely gorgeous when they showed it, and when they showed it, they had a woman and I think like two other dudes playing as the characters, and you heard their voices as they were playing, so it seemed like it was an interactive game where they would go into an area and they'd be like, oh wait, there's this person, and they'd be like, oh wait, I'll take the shot. Well, okay, well in this game, Anthem, they had the same concept where they had people talking through the whole thing that made it seem interactive, like a experience. But I feel like once you get the game and you play it, it's just gonna feel super empty, and it's only gonna be enjoyable if you play it with friends or if you're online. So I feel like it's not gonna be a single player experience. That's just how I feel from what I've seen. I mean, they didn't show us much, but I mean, from what I've seen, it doesn't seem all that right now. I'm not gonna get too hyped. The game was gorgeous though, completely beautiful. Which leads me to the conferences. The conferences were overall very underwhelming, but Microsoft is definitely not the best one in my opinion. It's definitely last under Sony and Nintendo. Then it would be Microsoft. Reason why is because Xbox One X was definitely a terrible idea. First of all, I don't know why they picked that title, Xbox One X. It's completely retarded. And the whole 4K concept doesn't make sense to me. I understand the tech and everything, but I don't really see what would make me go and buy a Xbox One X over a high-end PC or a high-end laptop. I'd rather spend that extra money because they have a good library. I mean, what does the Xbox One have? Xbox One X. What do they have that will make me want to go and buy that? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anthem is coming to the Xbox One X, but also coming to the PC. So why should I buy Xbox One X for $500 when I have an Xbox One and I have a PC? So, I mean, I don't really see the point in buying that. It's kind of a console where they throw the numbers at you, and somebody that actually doesn't know what they're talking about would be like, wow, I have to go and buy this. But if you research it and you know tech, you know that that's not a good reason to go and buy a laptop. The the console, I mean, the price is just a little too high for me, especially since the PS4 Pro is like $300. Yeah, so and I got that because it wasn't that much. It wasn't a stretch. So I mean, that's just my opinion. Each to his own. But Sony had a lot of games. They showed a lot. They showed Shadow of Colossus remake, which was a complete shocker to me. They showed Spider-Man. I was waiting on some gameplay from that, and they finally showed it. I love the fighting system. It's like a faster Batman Arkham Asylum, kind of faster, but it's not Batman because he like one of the moves that he did. He dodged one of the guys shooting at him, and at the same time he shot a web, and it seems a lot more fluid than the clunky Batman fighting system that they had. So I feel like they had a lot of quick time things. Yeah. But I feel like Spider-Man is in the right hands this time. I think Insomniac is going to give us justice with this game. I feel like it's not going to disappoint. That's why I'm just ready for them to just give me that game. Just send it out already. I'm ready. But there were some games that did not get shown that I was expecting to get shown. Like the game that From Software is supposed to be showing. It's supposed to be showing Bloodborne 2. Supposedly, it was rumored. That didn't show. The Last of Us 2 wasn't shown, which I completely respect because they didn't feel like it was time. And when Naughty Dog feels like it's not time to show something, they don't show it at all. If they're not, if they're not comfortable with the work, they don't show it, which I completely respect. I've always respected when they said that, which is why they delayed Uncharted 4 when they did, because they felt like it wasn't time for them to put it out. They wasn't happy with their work, so they pushed it back. And when they actually put it out, it delivered. It was an almost perfect game. Oh, and Hidden Agenda was another one that kind of took me off guard. That one is like it's like a game where you have your phone with you, and you have to make a decision with you and your friends. You and your friends are playing the game too, and they have like this hidden agenda, this hidden objective that they spread out between the group, but you don't know what it is, so you have to figure it out throughout the game. It's an experience that all of y'all can do, so that's for a family. I feel like that was pretty cool. But on to another reason why I almost did not give Sony this, because who gave my guy the brilliant decision to make us reserve games for the Sony booth. Sony's booth was completely huge. I mean, if you because we looked at the map before E3, and Sony had this huge space, and we was like, oh, they about to really blow us away with these games we about to play. And I literally did not get to play a single game in Sony's booth because you had to make reservations, which was on this crappy app, the PlayStation Experience, that crashed every single time you tried to get on it and reserve a game. And this wasn't just a problem for me. This was a problem for everybody around me, clearly, because when almost 50 something thousand people get on one app, it's gonna crash, right? So I don't see what Sony expected from that. It was a complete disaster in my opinion. But I did get to watch Detroit, which was one of the games that you could reserve to play, and I saw clearly that I was not about to get in there and play that, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just watch it. So I go and watch it, and I saw a presentation, and I saw some people play the demo on the floor, and I watched 3 people play. And the really cool thing about that game is with all three experiences ended 3 different ways at the end of the demo, and I found that incredible. But I could only help but think, how long could that go? Like Heavy Rain, for example. Heavy Rain was one of those games that had multiple endings, and when the person died in that, they died for real, and that's how it is in Detroit. But the pacing was very, very, very slow. And for some people that are used to fast-paced games, like action-type games, they might not be too much into games like this. It's more of a storytelling game, and it's more to make you feel. It's more about emotion. So I mean that may pull some people back from getting it. If you're not into slow-paced games, I wouldn't suggest that. So far from what I've seen. So I mean that was another game I was kind of iffy about. Uncharted Lost Legacy was a game that I love because of course it's Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is definitely up there with the developers as far as delivering games. Um, so when I watched it, I loved how they made it feel like a girl, and it's not like copy and paste Nathan Drake. Chloe felt like Chloe, and I love what they did with her. Like for example, she was on the edge, and she would hop up off the ledge, and if you play all the other Uncharted, when Nathan would go to do a stealth kill, he would go and grab him by the shirt, and he pull him down, and that will kill him. But in this one, they made it feel like a girl. When Chloe goes and reaches up for him, she hits him in the nuts and then grabs the shirt. So I feel like that was a very cool change of pace. And it made it feel more like a girl because I don't think Nathan would hit them in the nuts before he grabbed them. On to the games I played. So I did not play a lot of games, obviously because of the crowd and how many people wanted to play the same games. But I did play some nice games. I played Far Cry 5. I played Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is probably top 3 best game of E3. In my opinion. I played Call of Duty, of course, which was not worth the 4-hour wait. But I love the fighting style of Dragon Ball Z. I love the art style. I love the direction that they took. I love the switch from 2D to 3D. It felt like Dragon Ball Z. I'll say that. If you love Dragon Ball Z, you're gonna really love this game. Like, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, it's gonna do you justice. I promise you. I can put money on that. You will love this game. It was meant to be a 2D fighter that transitioned into 3D at certain times. You'll see that in the game, and I love how you can change the colors of their outfits, and each character felt like that character. Like if you was Majin Buu, it felt like he was slower than all the other fighters. But if you were Cell or Frieza or Goku, they definitely felt faster than Majin Buu. Like I was playing my cousin and he played as Frieza and Goku, and I was Majin Buu at this time, and I would try and hit a combo, but Majin Buu is pretty strong, but they were so much faster than me, I didn't stand a chance. And of course I didn't know the battle system and the buttons that much, but I could string together some combos pretty good, and we only got one match. But you feel it. You feel the strength of the players that you're going against. You really feel it. So I love that about that game. Far Cry 5 was a disappointment. It feels like Far Cry 4.5, to be honest with you. They didn't have too much that was separated from the other games, in my opinion. The guns, meh, they were alright, I guess. The people that can kind of help you out, the guy on the plane, the sniper, and the dog, they were just felt like something to make it different from the other games. An attempt, but it didn't work out well for me. It was just like, for example, I had the sniper, and I will click on her because we had one dude left, and I wanted her to snipe. So I click on her to snipe him, and she just runs up to him and just kind of points a gun at him. And you're supposed to be at a sniper point, but all she did was just stand there. So I had to make the last kill, and I feel like that was pretty dumb. Like at this point, she should have at least, killed him. But I mean, it was early in development. Maybe they'll add some more stuff, but at this time, it's just kind of meh for me. Uh, yeah. And Call of Duty World War Two. I mean, it's Call of Duty World War Two. Uh, it feels like Call of Duty. Nothing that separates it, like makes it feel more Battlefield-y or anything. It's Call of Duty. There's no destructible environments from what I've seen. Um, there was a new play mode, war mode. That was probably the dopest part of the gameplay experience that I had. I love how you was kind of in a team death match thing at the beginning, and then it would transition to where you had to get a tank or build a bridge. And when you build the bridge, you have to lay down and build the bridge, and you had to depend on your teammates to cover you and snipe or shoot whoever was trying to kill you and let you build a bridge. And once you build a bridge, you can get your tank and move it across the bridge to get into the territory. But once this happens, if you're on a losing team, they'll tell you to fall back. If you don't fall back, you're kind of screwed, because you're gonna get overwhelmed with fire and you're gonna die, almost guaranteed. So you have to fall back to get ammunition, and once you get the ammunition, it's their objective to blow up your ammunition. So I feel like that was pretty cool how they transitioned from each part of this game mode. The transitions were pretty cool. But it still feels like Call of Duty. So if you love Call of Duty, you're gonna love this. It feels like they took Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 4, and Call of Duty World at War, and they just took it in a blender and mixed it. That's what it's gonna feel like. You'll see what I'm talking about. But overall, the experience at E3 was great. I would say, as a gamer, I had a great time. It's just something about being around gamers that love doing the same thing that you do. I mean, we all gathered together and we had a good time. I mean, I can't say I hated my experience. There's some things that the ESA definitely could have did better, like give us some more space so we wouldn't be crowded, and give the media more space to do whatever they had to do. From the people that I talked to, like, we talked to the people from Game Trailers, we talked to some people from the Gaming Illuminati, dope people. We talked to them, and it was just like they just wasn't feeling it. It's just too many people, and they couldn't do what they had to do. So, I mean, the E3 is basically made for the media to give us our coverage and let us know what's going on in the gaming community. So if they don't like it and they don't come back, what's the point of E3? So they play a major role in if the public is able to come back. And they sent out surveys, and it's basically up to them whether it be open to the public. So I don't know if we're gonna have it again, because this year was pretty all over the place, and unless they give us some more space or add a day or something, it's probably not gonna be open to the public, or the price is gonna be even higher than it already ridiculously was. But yeah, the food. If you ever go to E3, it bring you a good bit of cash if you want to eat there. Cause I mean, boy, I was not expecting what I paid on my first day. So when I went there on my first day, you there all day, so you gonna get hungry. So they had the food trucks ready for you, boy, and I went up in there expecting to get me a little $10 sandwich. I ended up spending $17.50 for a burger. No, I do not mean a burger, fries, and a drink. $17.50 for just the burger. Boy, I was highly upset because I thought that was all that I had, so I had to get this. I had to eat on something. So, spend my little $17.50 on my burger. Fast forward to the end. So we walking out the building, and we smelling onions and meat. So I'm like, man, this smelling pretty good. So we looking around, and then we see this girl standing there with her little hot dog stand. So he's like, okay, she's selling hot dogs, but these ain't just hot dogs. These like Superman dogs. Like these hot dogs on another level. I'm not even gonna call them jumbo dogs. They was not jumbo dogs. But anyway, we walk up to the stand. She got Superman dogs with some onions and some bell peppers, and she putting it all on this bun. So it looked delicious and smelled even more delicious. So we was like, how much are these? And she was like, $4. Oh, really? And she was like, $5 for the ones wrapped in bacon. Boy, wrapped in bacon? So we was like, are you gonna be here for the rest of the week? She was like, yeah, I'm gonna be here. So guess what we ate for the rest of the week? Yep, them hot dogs. Save a little money. $4 for a hot dog, $4 or $5, and $2 for a drink. You can't beat that, especially around that area. So if you ever go back, look for the hot dog girl. She came through clutch. So shout out to the hot dog girl. But anyway, the experience was dope. I loved it. For a first year and my first time going to Cali and first time going to E3, I definitely loved the experience that I had. And plus, it was with my brother and my cousin, and we hadn't hung out for a while, so this get together was great for us. So I mean, it was a dope experience. I'm not gonna sit here and dog E3. There was definitely some things that they could have done better, but overall, it was a great experience. So I definitely go back if it was open to the public again. Definitely plan things better, but I would definitely go back. So if it's open to the public, I highly suggest going. If you're a gamer, you have to go. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna love it. Be expecting some lines, but it'll be worth it. You'll have a good time. So that was just my thoughts on my little E3 experience. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. But continue to come back. I'll continue to have videos for you. And this is Kiyu, and this is the Dojo signing out. Peace.